Hi, welcome to a quick tutorial on how to write parameterized tests using Pytest. For this example, I'm going to use the function moveZeros, which is an algorithm taken from LeetCode. Given an input array, you should modify the array in place, and the output should move all the zeros to the right side of the array, while preserving the orders of the elements. An example run would be like this. For the given array 101, 204, the result will be 112400. This is great, but let's write some tests for it so we can be sure that the algorithm is correct. I'm going to create a new Python package named problems, and then another package named arrays. Next, I'm going to create a new Python file, moveZeros. Actually, test moveZeros.py. And the sample test moveZeros. Let me copy this. Import this, and assert that the array is equal to the expected output. Note that if you want to follow along, you need to have Pytest installed. I've already installed it, and if you want to run the tests from your PyCharm editor, you have to set your test runner to Pytest. Default test runner should be Pytest. Alright, let's run the test via PyCharm. As you can see, the test passes, but now let's say we want to test for additional cases. One way to do this is to just copy the code and enter the test cases we want, and that's it. It runs, it works. Another way to do it is to create a new method and just duplicate the code there as well. One way to do it, which will be a little better, is to create an array of tests and then have a tuple for the input array and expected results. But this isn't very great either. A better option would be to use Pythest parametrized. You can do pytest mark parametrize, and it takes two arguments. The first argument is a string, and the second argument is a list. The string will contain the parameters will be input r and expected. This must be also written in the method signature, the method parameters, input r and expected. Now, if we run the test, it will say that got empty parameter set because we didn't pass anything to this list here. Since we have two parameters, we have to pass a tuple to the list. If we only had one parameter, then it was okay to pass a literal. By parameters, I'm referring to the input set and the expected parameters. Alright, let's do it with a tuple. We can test for a simple case with a single element of 0, 0. And we should modify our test so that moveZeros will be given input r and will assert for the expected. If we run the test, it will pass. Input r 0, expected 0 passed. Next, we can write another case in which we test like this, and it passes. 1 0, 1 0, and So it's 1 0 because it moves the zeros, and 0 1. Right now we have written 4 tests using the Pythest parametrize. Another cool thing we can do here is to use Pythest.param, and let me take this one. Given this, we have the expected 2 zeros, 0 0, and we can name this test complex test. Now when we run the, let me format the code. When we run the tests, we'll see that test move 0.py complex test passed. We have named the test. This will be easier for us in the future when the test might fail to identify which test has failed. For example, I run pytest like that. It will say test results, tests failed 1, passed 4, and you can see test move zeros, the complex test has failed. That's it. Thanks for watching.